Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just come across this article. I just talked about one of these stocks here just on my last video, so it's kind of funny. But 3 tech stocks with more potential than cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency's been up and down. I have talked about crypto on the channel here quite a few times, but I just thought this article was kind of interesting. Back to the article, 3 stocks with more potential. So, and as you can see, this just came out yesterday. History shows that stock performs better than any other asset class over time. While gold, oil, and housing may beat the market in short periods, over the past century, equities handily trump all else. So it holds true for cryptocurrencies as well, which had stocks eating their dust the past few years and phenomenal gains as everyone began buying in. 2022, despite the S&P 500 drop of more than 13% year to date, the Crypto 10 index of the top 10 cryptocurrencies is down over 57% so far this year. Because technology stocks were the engine driving the market higher during their nearly 15-year bull run, that sector's collapse this year puts previously out-of-reach high flyers well within the grasp of investors today. The following 3 tech stocks hold far more potential today than any other largest cryptocurrencies. First is Airbnb. I've talked about them once or twice here on the channel, not a whole lot. I don't currently have any position or any shares of Airbnb. Not that I am saying no to it, I just have not purchased any at this point in time. So if you don't know much about them, their short-term vacation rental has an advantage over the hotel and motel industry, and that is little overhead or capital expenditure requirements that would settle it with a debt it would need to service. While it ended the second quarter with $1.9 billion in long-term liabilities, it also had $6 billion in cash and equivalents, along with another $2.3 billion in investments readily available. Revenue soared 58% to $2.1 billion last quarter as gross bookings, value, and nights and experience booked each rose 25% or more. It also turned a $21 million loss a year ago into a $373 million profit this year, while also generating $795 million in free cash flow. So back to being profitable. Despite this, Airbnb stock languishes, having lost nearly half of its value from its 52-week high. Fears of a recession brought on by rampant inflation. So if you bought at the 52-week low, you can put that in the comments. Elevated energy prices and rising interest rates continue to weigh in on the stock's performance, and that's just today. U.S. overseas, the economic situation is more dire, with war, skyrocketing energy prices, and the prospects of food shortages. Airbnb's business model is proving quite resilient nonetheless, and its depressed price represents a good opportunity to get in the hospitality stock with excellent long-term potential. Next is NVDA. I just did a video on NVDA just about 10-15 minutes ago. Chip maker, they're sliding along before the flip over Ethereum from a proof-of-work validation system to a proof-of-stake system, where stakeholders validate transactions, but the merge is having an impact nonetheless. That's because NVIDIA chips are currently often used to do the validation work, which is why the gaming chip business has long been so robust. Those gaming chips weren't being used primarily for video games, but rather validating Ethereum transactions. And now with the change, they're not going to be such demand anymore. NVIDIA's Q2 preliminary update shows the potential result. Revenue is expected to be $6.7 billion instead of the previously expected $8.1 billion because gaming revenue of $2 billion will be down 33% from last year. and off 44% from the prior quarter. Fortunately, investors, NVIDIA's data center business has surpassed gaming at its primary revenue maker, and sales there of $3.8 billion are expected to be 61% higher than a year ago period. There will likely be more pressure in NVIDIA stock as a result of the gaming business decline, but the high-performance chip maker still has its finger on the pulse of all important arenas for the future of GPUs, with shares down 50% from their highs and 44% year to date. It's a great deal for this long-term winner. Shopify e-commerce platform provider Shopify, SHOP, I've talked about them a couple times, has been absolutely crushed, losing more than 80% of its value as growth has slowed from the frenzied early days of the pandemic because Shopify's core business is primarily establishing and optimizing online sales channels for small and medium-sized businesses is now susceptible to the recessionary winds blowing since a retail-driven company. Rising rates and inflation limit consumer spending and new business formation and expansion. Launched a merchant money management account, a small business loan boutique, a fully hosted enterprise e-commerce platform for fast-growing brands, and the Shopify Fulfillment Network, which brings the shopping logistics problem merchants in-house. It also offers non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, which I've talked about on the channel here as well, to help businesses and brands better connect with customers. With a balance sheet that remains in good shape and prospects to steady future growth, Shopify is a stock that should easily outpace any cryptocurrency in the years ahead. So there you have it. We've talked about NFTs, Shopify, NVIDIA, and Airbnb. I've talked about all these on the channel, but 3 tech stocks with more potential than cryptocurrency. I'm sure I'll get some comments, but that's always good. So get people talking and get different ideas and compare everybody's ideas, and all make money together. That's what it's all about. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion, but if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.